if you want to maximize the results you get with your email marketing, then A/B testing should be one of your top priorities. However, I see many brands making mistakes when it comes to A/B testing by either testing low leverage components or wasting their time completely, or no A/B testing whatsoever, a very high leverage component. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over kind of a framework and the different components that you should definitely test to further optimize your email marketing strategy. So we'll cover what are the high leverage things you can A/B test and how to test them, how to go about A/B testing your email marketing, okay? So with that being said, let's dive right into it. So first things first, I want to go over kind of very important points here to keep in mind when it comes to A/B testing. First things first is you must have a hypothesis at all times when A/B testing something. So a clear goal, a reason why you're A/B testing something. So let's say you're A/B testing your sign-up rate, so your pop-up essentially. So you want to have a hypothesis on whether a specific offer is going to outperform the other one, right? This is extremely important. Also, second thing is you must track your results. It goes without saying, but if you're not tracking your results, you might find a winner component, a winner variable, but not apply it in the future. So you just wasted your time A/B testing something that you're not really utilizing for future campaigns, flows, etc. So that's why it is really important to have some sort of like document like this one right here, where you have all the different A/B tests you've run before, and then different conclusions, the winners, the hypotheses, etc. So you have a clear picture of what is working inside your Klaviyo account or SendLane or whatever, so your ESP account, and you just keep this document handy at all times, okay? So define your track results, define your KPI, of course, before A/B testing something. So let's say you're A/B testing a campaign, a one-off campaign. You can define the main KPI you want to A/B test. So that could be open rate, click rate, depends on what you're testing. So let's say you're A/B testing a subject line, then of course the open rate is going to be the main one to track right here, okay? It depends on the A/B test as well. So another extremely important point to keep in mind is always test one variable at a time. So going back to the previous example, let's say you're A/B testing a one campaign you're sending, and you're A/B testing the actual content of the email. So you're doing a graphic based versus a text based email of the same with the same offer, etc. So make sure, for example, that the other variables stay the same. So the offer, also the sending time, sending date, segments, etc. That way, if one of those variations outperform the other, then you're 100% certain it's because of the actual format. That's the thing you're actually A/B testing. So really important, test one variable at a time. Now, another very important point is wait until you achieve statistical significance to draw conclusions. So typically, ESPs like Klaviyo, they tell you when you have achieved statistical significance, because if you run a test for like a couple of hours and then you see I don't know, a 70% statistical kind of percentage, then that's not enough. You have to run those tests for longer, essentially. And it really depends on the test. For example, for flows, we tend to A/B test things for a longer time, but typically we let the ESP decide when you have achieved statistical significance, okay? Really important, don't rush A/B test, especially if you're not getting a lot of traffic and stuff like that, okay? Finally, and very important, and this is something I mentioned in the beginning of this video right here, is don't waste your time A/B testing low leverage components. So don't waste your time A/B testing the bottom section of the third email of your site abandon flow, right? Focus on the high leverage components, such as the pop-ups. So first things first, when it comes to A/B testing pop-ups, I've already created a video going over how to A/B test pop-ups and the different components, etc. But for the pop-ups, for example, this is extremely important. You must A/B test pop-ups constantly. The biggest needle mover by far is always going to be the offer. So for example, let's say you're A/B testing 10% off versus $20 off. You're testing the offer, the incentive you're providing people in exchange for their email, right? That's always going to be the biggest needle mover. We've got triggers, so you can test the pop-up popping up after 10 seconds versus 2 seconds, right? You have copy, obviously, design, and then when it comes to the KPI, and this is extremely important if you're testing pop-ups. So again, I'm just going over the higher leverage A/B tests you must run in your Klaviyo account. So again, first things first being the pop-ups, is when testing the pop-ups, make sure that besides testing the sign-up rate, you must test the lead to conversion rate. What does that mean? Well, and this is again something I mentioned already in my video about A/B testing pop-ups. So if you haven't checked that out, feel free to do that. But essentially, let's say you have a 10% off offer versus a free giveaway offer, right? Sometimes if that's the case, for example, I'm 100% sure the giveaway offer is gonna outperform the 10% off offer when it comes to the sign-up rate, right? However, the lead to conversion rate, that's another whole different story, because the lead to conversion rate is the people who converted on the first email of your welcome flow. So for example, typically with giveaways offer, that's why I hate giveaway offers, is you get a lot of people signing up because they want free shit, right? But they just don't end up converting. So that's why you must do the calculations and see which one makes more sense, right? You have to keep those two KPIs in mind: sign up rate and lead to conversion rate, okay? So that's the pop-ups. Again, really important to A/B test pop-ups constantly, okay? Second is we've got campaign components and formatting. So you might, for example, when it comes to the campaigns, you can do a graphic-based versus a text-based version of that same email and see which one performs better, essentially. That's an A/B test you can run, definitely run, extremely high leverage one, because that's gonna tell you, I mean, of course, when it comes to like campaigns, it is important to have a graphic component to your emails, because at the end of the day, you're a brand and the branding is also extremely important. I know it's kind of woo, but it is extremely important to have beautiful campaigns. But in most cases, you can definitely A/B test graphic-based versus text-based, and you'll see the results could be pretty crazy, because sometimes text-based outperform graphic-based. That's how it is. So A/B test graphic-based versus text-based. You can also A/B test components. So let's say you have the same header, and then you're testing the body copy components, right? So I've got an example here of a dummy campaign. So we've got the same header, so the same above the fold section here, right, in both of these emails. However, the body copy or the body section changes quite a bit. Here we have kind of a unique selling point highlight, if you will, right? And then here we have some social proof. But it's pretty much the same email, and you can maybe test those two right here because they have different components. Again, the rest of the email is pretty much the same because you have to test one variable at a time. So you can test campaign components and formatting, and then you could also like product shot versus product use as well, a very big one. And then again, remember, test one variable at a time. Okay. Now, third A/B test you must run is sending day and timing. It really depends on the brand. Every brand is different because the industries are different, demographics are different, etc. So another thing you could do is send the same email at different times, maybe test that. Different dates, different times as well, so you can actually identify the quote-unquote winner variables when it comes to the timing and dates and all that. You can also utilize the smart sending tool by Klaviyo, which is extremely powerful and overall useful. So yeah, you could do Mondays or Tuesdays. So you should do like Mondays versus Wednesdays. You could do mornings versus evenings, etc., etc., etc. Fourth A/B test that's high leverage is subject lines in high impact flows. So I really like this one. So of course you can use like subject lines for campaigns as well, but we really like to test these subject lines at the flow level when it comes to the high impact flows. That means the welcome series, abandoned checkout, and post purchase, especially first few emails, because it is extremely easy to set up A/B test and the impact is enormous. So let's say, for example, for the welcome series, you want to A/B test the first email of the welcome series and you want to A/B test the subject line. If you manage to have a 20% increase in open rates because the subject lines is better, then you can imagine how much revenue that is, especially if you're getting a lot of traffic, right? So testing subject lines and preview text, obviously, on high impact flows is extremely important. And that's something, if you're not doing that right now, I highly recommend you do, right? And again, track all that information in here in your document, a document for your brand, so that way you can access those findings very easily. And so that's pretty much it for this A/B testing masterclass right here. I really hope you find value in it. Of course, A/B testing, again, is extremely important and should be one of the backbones of your marketing strategy, because the more you A/B test, the more you refine your marketing strategy and overall get better results in the long term and overall in the short term as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to work with a email marketing agency with multiple video testimonials and an agency that actually generates millions of dollars every single year for e-commerce brands, then feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to leave a link to my scheduler in the description box below. Feel free to book time works for you. We can go over your Klaviyo account. We can put together a free Klaviyo audit, just going over the areas of improvement. And if we can help you, then I'll just make you an offer. If we cannot, you can just run away with those findings and overall strategies for free, no strings attached whatsoever. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.